Hi, this is Sally Morgan, physical therapist, craniosacral therapist, and Tellington T-Touch practitioner for animals and people. And this is Tristan, he's a Corgi, and this is an episode of Conversations with a Corgi. Maybe we back up, you can see more Corgi. It's hard to be a partial Corgi. Anyway, today is National Make a Difference Day. What that means is you're supposed to donate time or money to a worthy cause in your area. So from a pet person's perspective, that might mean going to the shelter and walking some dogs, making some homemade dog treats and bringing them to the shelter, or even if you don't have time, just swinging by and picking up some healthy treats to give the dogs in the shelter. They would really appreciate it, and certainly they're always looking for blankets and towels and dog beds and things like that. So if your shelter is nearby and you can swing by a pet store and pick up some products for them, that's a great way to help on Make a Difference Day for the pets. And the other thing you can do is make a donation. But for some people, these things are hard to do and not easy to fit into your schedule at the last minute. So one of the things I suggest is finding somebody near you who you can make a difference in their life. So for instance, there might be a senior person in your area who can't always walk her dog really far. Maybe you can go knock on her door and ask her if she'd like you to bring her little guy out for a long walk or a little play date with your dog. And even if you don't have a dog, offering to walk someone else's dog if they know you, so they know you're not kidnapping their dog, can be a really nice gesture. And it's a beautiful day here all up and down the East Coast. So it's a great day to take somebody's pet out for a walk with yours if you can. And if yours is cranky with their dog, maybe just take them separately. The other thing you can do, almost all of us know somebody with cats and a lot of cats, you can offer to help them clean their cat box. You know, it's a good enough day, it's not cold out, you can take that thing outside and really clean it, spray it out, and, you know, help them dump their litter out and maybe take out their trash because litter is heavy. And I know if I were a senior, taking out that bag full of cat litter would be the last thing on my list of fun things. So if you have cats or you know somebody with cats and you like cats, why don't you try doing something nice like that for somebody in your neighborhood who has cats? And you can also make donations to the shelter for kitties with toys and things. And a lot of kitties in shelters, more and more, are not locked in tiny cages, but they're in a room. And you might want to go there and play with the kitties a little while. It's really helpful for them mentally to have people play with them if they allow you to do that. So those are some things you can do on Make a Difference Day. And even if it's not pet related, the way the leaves are here, it just rained last week. It's going to keep raining and keep blowing. It's a great time to help somebody rake their leaves, or even just buy them those pumpkin bags that you can buy and put their leaves in the bags for them, and then they have a fun Halloween decoration because the trick-or-treaters are coming next week. So it's not very hard to think of some nice things you can do for people on Make a Difference Day. And there certainly are plenty of people whose lives you can really impact on Make a Difference Day. I know a lot of folks that live on disability, and just bringing them maybe a $20 gift certificate to the grocery store can be really helpful. And a lot of people are out doing their errands this morning, and just add a little bit to your bill and get them a gift card. And you don't even have to bring it to them. You can just put it in the mail to them if you don't have time to go by. But I know at the end of the month, disability funds run thin for a lot of people on disability, and getting a little boost of some grocery money is a big help. And I think the people I know that are on disability, they really prefer to get a gift card like that they can go to the store and buy what they need, because so often, you know, if you send them canned goods or something, maybe they're out of laundry soap, and, you know, that's kind of expensive. You don't always think of that in somebody's gift bag. But really consider giving them just a gift certificate to the store. You know, you can even just give them money, but most of my friends that are on disability really do prefer to get something like a gift certificate to the store. It doesn't feel as much like a handout, and it's just a nice gift. You can make it a trick-or-treat thing on Make a Difference Day. So those are some things you can think about to help the people around you. Right, Biscuit? So we've had a lot of deer in the yard, not in the yard, but outside the fence yesterday. They were hanging around for a long time. And I've been working steadily on memorizing my TED Talk, but I'll tell you, it is super daunting. Doing a TED Talk is a lot of work, and I had it, I'm in the shade. the sun. Okay, where can I move to? And I had it as a goal of what I wanted to do for a really long time. And, I feel like the way it's worked out with this particular session, everything has had to be so rushed. I was looking yesterday in my break, I was Googling how to memorize a TED Talk. And they send you to this guy who has done memory competitions, who was just originally a reporter. And not very helpful, didn't really give you his hints other than to use colorful language, which I've done. And in fact, as I'm memorizing this, I am looking for the markers of things like leaping and plunging, and there's an app for that. There's little things throughout my talk that are the markers of where I am and where I'm going. But it's very daunting to know that you don't have a teleprompter, you don't have your papers, and they don't really let you use cue cards. And the idea of, I don't know it in sections, I know it straight out, start to the end. And if I get waylaid without having a marker in a panic to look at to get back on track is a little daunting. I may have to make myself a cheat card and put it in my pocket. I've watched lots of other presenters do that. And one woman did get totally lost in a really good talk, and she shuffled through her cards, found what she needed, and continued, and her talk was really good after that. She just needed that one moment of a glance. And of course, I have so many things I have to remember. I have slides. I have to remember where they are. I have to run the clicker. I have to keep my phone in my pocket. Tristan has some stuff he has to do. I have to remember at what point that is and work with him, and hopefully he won't be too bored. He's so funny. When I have been practicing my talk and I get to the with a phone call coming in, he keeps running from anywhere he is in the house. When I say, when you're smiling and gazing at your dog, he's like, that's my part. And he comes and he does this. He does the smiling and gazing with his mother. So I think he's not nervous, and he's going to have a super TED Talk from his perspective. And it's so interesting when they sent out the invitations for the final events this week that we have to do to prepare. Ours came to Sally Morgan and Tristan Corgi. So he is part of the TED Talk. He's representing all dogs, all animals, really. You can do it, Biss, no pressure. So I have to get back to working on that ASAP. It's really, I feel like every second that I'm not memorizing is time lost from what I really need to do. So thanks for joining us today, and think about how you can make a difference in your world. Oh, I did go down and see the moose. It's really just the hide and the bones. It's kind of interesting that a lot of other things are gone. And I know certainly if he's out there all winter when things get hungry, he'll be a good resource for some critters. And it's kind of sad, but really there's like no mooseness left to him. He's really just skeletal at this point. His legs are still a little furry, which is sad because they so reminded me of my horse's legs. Which reminds me of my TED Talk, by the way. One of the interesting things in my TED Talk, from the very beginning, I had a vision for it being kind of like following the trajectory of my book and pulling out some highlights from my book, and then also using it as a way to pay homage to the animals in my life that have helped me. And I was feeling a little sad that I didn't have enough dogs in my talk and in my slides because Tristan's being there. And I found a perfect place to put a picture of Comet. So it's been really a relief now that Comet's in there. I feel like I know where his marker is in the talk, and it's almost like when I get there, I'll be getting a hug from him to help me keep going. So that's exciting. Anyway, we'll have to get back to memorizing. Thanks for joining us today, and maybe we'll see you tomorrow. The nerves are getting pretty serious, so I don't know if I'll take the time, but I will see you then. Try to make a difference today in someone's life, especially if you can help with some pets. Almost lost our Corgi music yesterday. There was a little phone snafu. That was a scary moment too. I don't have time to make a new Corgi music, but it was okay. All right, we'll see you soon. Have a great day.